Okay. An Aries woman. Well, let's talk about it like this. Um, let's compare the Aries woman to the Big Bang. Okay, the Big Bang. When you have the Big Bang, you have fire and light just emanating through space, darkness of space, and taking over. Light doesn't know its own light. Doesn't know its own reflection, and light knows no darkness. Because if there is darkness and the light goes there, it's no longer darkness but light. It's not like the light can take a mirror and look at itself in the mirror. It won't be able to see its own body because it is absorbed by its own light. And when it is absorbed by its own light, kind of like the sun being absorbed by its own brilliance, that it cannot see that there are other 9 planets in the solar system, which is bathing in its sustenance. Because without that sun, there is no life at all in the solar system without 9 planets, the Earth being one, of course, one of them. Well, the same thing can be said about the Aries woman. The Aries woman cannot see in front of her, nor beside her, nor in the back. Even if she has a panoramic view, she can see beyond her own existence, beyond her own psychological awareness, without her own in tuneness to what's around her. It's like she almost loses herself in her environment, in the people that she is engrossed in or influenced in. She doesn't take a step back to look at how her behavior impacts those around her and even impacts her own life. So it's very important to understand that to understand the Aries woman, you have to understand that she is going to be psychologically unaware of how she comes across. And she's not going to be psychologically aware of how she impacts her environment. And people are also parts of environments as well. So an Aries woman can be a beautiful thing for a community, for a household, and for the workplace. She is a cardinal sign, like Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn. These people like to influence their environment and change it and transform it, and hopefully make it a better place than when they first arrived or found it. Great, fine. The problem is that the Aries woman comes with a bundle of contradictions. And she's extremely paradoxical. And there's complexity with all of that. Because on top of that, she really doesn't communicate her inner resources. She'll share her outer resources, but it's very difficult for her to share her inner resources of the heart. That's going to take some doing. And like true Aries style, she'll probably test you and test you and test you. Hey, of course, getting along without a man is not the same thing as getting along without romance. There's always room for romance. Now, she'll always need that hero of her dreams to yearn for her in her heart. He may be long ago and, gone, and he could even be far away or hiding just out of sight. And out of sight, out of mind, right? Somewhere in tomorrow's mists, she'll know that he's around. And when that April rain hits, like it does every year, she'll think of him and she'll associate him with that morning rain or that April dew that settles in the delta. Okay? And that'll take her back into emotional truths that are very real to her and are part of the fantasy that she creates for herself surrounding the romance. You have to understand that the opposite of Aries is Libra. And Libra is ruled by Venus, the goddess of love and beauty, Aphrodite, as she's known by the Greeks. Right? And she rules love and romance and relationships. And she's the ruler of Libra. And that is the opposite sign of Aries. So in the Aryan woman's psyche, she's a hopeless romantic. And the romance has to be divine. It has to be clandestine. It has to be sultry. It has to be erotic. And it has to be, I mean, just all the goodies. All the goodies. I know, right? You would think that all of this was in Aries. You would think Scorpio and of course Pisces. But yeah, no, Aries, that's the top dog when it comes to that. I tell you. Now, the Aries girl will open her own doors. She'll also put on her own coat, fight for her own battle. She'll pull her own chair to sit down, hail her own taxi, and light her own cigarette without any masculine help. Okay? I mean, that's how she wants it. So she'll get mad if you do. You know, I know, or buck her eyes, or throw you a little shade, a little something. Like she don't appreciate that. She don't appreciate you being a gentleman. You know? I tell you, it's ooh, she could be something. Now, naturally, this doesn't set too well on the vulnerable male ego, who gets seriously offended. Okay? The Mars girl is determined to take the lead, to be the first to move to action, and that includes the action of making the first advance in romance. Ouch. She wants to wear the pants, and she wants to pull the man's pants down. Now, yo, baby, I think you're hot and cute. Come over here. Listen. We've all known women that have actually come and grab a man's ass or pinch it or give him a kiss, or, well, it's happened to me, or they'll just wink at you in the train, sitting across from you and cross their legs and wiggle their shoes, like a seduction. They'll do that, and you feel flattered that a woman is hitting on you, and you feel, wanted. Some men, though, can get uncomfortable if they don't know quite how to respond to a woman who advances towards them. I always think that men that are insecure about that still have a lot of more manning up to do. Because I think it's a wonderful thing when a woman throws her attention our way, especially with the prospect of getting laid, and this is very natural for her, to the Aries woman, to be like a dude in the inside. But it causes problems, boss. It causes problems. Okay. One thing though, the Aries females are the most likely of all the sun signs to do the proposing, especially if the man is slow about naming the date. Oh yes, it gets better. She'll get on her knees and propose to you, and not expect you to get offended or be mad that you took away his opportunity to wear the pants to get down on his knees and propose. She'll get mad and might throw you a little bitch slap, for complaining. You look, motherfucker, I'm gonna marry you, okay? What's up? You took too long, so I'm gonna set the date. Let's do this. She means business. Yes, she do. Oh, yes, she do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Now, she wants to be the leader in the love affair. Better be sure you have her heart safely in your pocket, though, before you try to grab her around the waist and kiss her goodnight. Otherwise, she may give you a sharp slap, right, or a right hook in the jaw, and then she'll run like a frightened deer. No? Don't be misled, though. The reason for her running isn't maidenly modesty. She's not afraid of your passionate intentions. If you want to take her and throw her on the table and do her on the table and let her know with all the vulgarity of the language, that might turn her on. And then once you're done telling her what you're gonna do to her, she'll flip you on the table and ride you like she's riding a stallion. And you might, and the piece might not be able to hold up. Ooh, yes. She a rough rider. A rough rider. Gentlemen, be ready. Because the Aries woman's libido is fierce. You know? So for you men that are faint-hearted, you need not apply. And don't let her catch you taking that Viagra or Cialis pill, because then she's going to think that it's the pill doing the fucking and not your passion doing the boop, boop, boop. So, you have to be very delicate and very gentlemanly with the Aries woman, but not too sweet and not too much. A little rough. And then just when she thinks that, oh God, he a pussy, you jolt her and put her in her place and listen, what I tell you. But she'll love it. She'll pretend like she hates it, and she probably in a deep sense will hate it. But she'll love you for doing it. And don't expect her to then compliment you either for being tough. Otherwise, it breaks the bubble of her inner life as a romantic vixen, who her man's gotta be strong and stern but gentle and sweet, kind and strong but stern and determined when Now he has to be everything that she's not, or everything that she knows she is, but don't really want to challenge and fight with her man. She wants to prove to him that she can be just as much as a man as he is, but then once she makes her point, she wants him to lead and do the manly thing and do what's expected of him to do in a male-dominated society. Okay, fine. Now, the other problem is that anything he could do, she can do better, she thinks. Anything I can do, anything you can do, I can do better. That song, how it goes, right? So you have to understand that this is she just doesn't want to have it any other way. She's gonna well, we're gonna take a break here, and then we're gonna do the second part of the Aries female, especially for Mrs. Jasenia Bellin.